Hey folks, Seducium here, and I'm playing some Dark Souls 2, alright. So, I am playing a few days, well, almost a week after it's come out. Even though I had pre-ordered it, I was way too sick last week to be able to play and record appropriately, and I'm still kind of sick and recovering, so I apologize if you hear me coughing. I'm going to try to turn away from the mic and not cough into it, but sometimes it can't be helped. Sometimes the cough does what it wants. Anyways, so here we go. We're going to play a new game and see where we get. And just as an FYI, once I did record a quick video when it came out, just kind of doing the first introduction.
Perhaps you've seen it.
Alright, I'll shut up. Here we go.
Maybe
Let's watch this
in
video.
A dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded. The symbol of the curse. An augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why.
It's Emperor Palpatine, everyone. Yay! Fully expected Force lightning.
Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish.
This is why I hate using the public pool.
Time after time.
Join a country club. They don't have this problem.
For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Alright, so that's the intro there. And am I the only one that thinks there are better ways to get around than jumping into whirlpools of death with a bunch of ghosts. I mean, take a taxi. Or, I don't know, get a bike. But here we are. Alright, things betwixt. I like Twix. So let's punch the pillar. Anyways, we are here. As I was saying earlier before the intro video started, I have played this intro part. So, I actually recorded a quick video last Thursday when the game first came out. But I was not in good shape, and the video I think was not that good, so that's why I'm starting over, re-recording. So I do know some of the stuff that's going on around here. And what else? I do know a bit about the game. I haven't been watching any walkthroughs or any Let's Plays from other people, but I do know the mechanics and most of the changes because I've been reading a lot of reviews and I've been keeping up with all that stuff. So I do know, for example, right now I have half health, and that's because until I get a human effigy, that's how this works. So this is going to be a first playthrough, so I haven't played this before. I don't really know too much about the game, but I do know some things, and I am not averse to looking stuff up if I get stuck. So just so you know, this is not going to be a complete blind Let's Play where I have absolutely no idea. If I get stuck in an area, if I feel that it warrants me looking stuff up, if I'm about to make a decision that could screw up the next 20 or 30 hours of gameplay, I'm going to look stuff up because it's no fun for me to waste 20 or 30 hours making up for a mistake. So, there's that. Now, the mouse, trying to get that to go away. I think it's turned on right now, so I'll have to make sure to turn it off as I'm recording later on. And what I want to do now is turn down the volume a little. Actually, voice volume is probably okay, and the other volumes are alright, so the video is a little bit loud. Now, I've already searched this area. There is not much to be found here. What I am going to do, what I like to do, is look through my inventory, and I'm going to be reading item descriptions because, if I can get to them, because this is how we learn about the story and we figure out what's going on. And I don't really know too much about the story, so I think it's important to look through items as we get them, read the descriptions, and try to piece together what's happening. So if you don't like that, I apologize, but too bad. This is what I'm going to be doing. So this is a hemp hood that fully covers the face, provides protection from the elements, and little more. The cursed souls who wander the lands have a strange way of ending up here, drawn afar by some force. So it's the same thing. Yep, same thing. So that's this equipment here, imported treasure, so it's imported. Interesting. We have a whole bunch of other slots here. And then we obviously have the dark sign, which I am full aware of, but let's see what it says here. Huh, interesting. And I should probably be reading some of this. Excuse me. A symbol of farewells that has been passed down since time immemorial. The crystal sends phantoms back to their homes or sends you back to yours. Whether ending in hope of despair, encounters are a valuable experience. Beware fickle use of this item. Did we get that before? Bone of Order. Restore the link to other worlds. Oh, this is interesting. Online play item. Will you be punished for fleeing from other worlds by disconnecting unjustly? However, this charm will disperse the ire directed at you. But sins are not easily buried, and there is no telling if you will be let off so easily next time. Each encounter in life, precious turn of fate, and fate will not be cheated. I'll have to look up what this actually does, but I think if it stops people from just disconnecting when they get invaded, then that's awesome. And I hope that that is what it does. So, move the mouse out of the way because, well, stuff. And from what I've played so far, oh yeah, there's doggies here that I don't want to mess with. From what I've played so far, I really like this. I think it looks great. Let me show you my options that I'm using here. So game options, basically all this stuff. Toggle, whatever, that's not interesting. Video settings. So I'm playing full screen, 1680 by 1050p, because that's what my monitor resolution is, auto detect. And then basically medium for some of the stuff, high for texture quality, medium, high for model quality, and limit to player character. So that's kind of what I have, and it's running perfectly alright on my machine, which is now 4 or 5 years old. So it's not a brand new machine. And I explored all this stuff last time, so I know about some of these areas and some of these items. And I'm sure I'm missing others, but that's fine. But I'm going to gather what I do know while I'm here. I have to come back for those dogs. I didn't kill them last time, and I wonder if I get something for killing them. Now, I know I can go this way, but there's going to be a giant hippopotamus monster there, and he will attack me, so I'm just going to avoid that altogether for now. And instead, there is an item there that I can get if I go down this way. It's a little hidden, but here we go. This is a small, smooth, and silky soda. I actually have an idea of who I can give that to. Let's take a look at some of these items, which I didn't do last time. So this is interesting to me. No rusted coin. Crushing the coin temporarily boosts luck. Ah, interesting. This first coin gives you that little extra bit of luck, making items and the like easier to find. Oh, cool. That'll increase our chance of being able to find stuff. The image of a god that was worshipped in ancient times, but no one knows its true origins. I wonder if it's one of the gods we know. Smooth and silky stone, used to slightly restore HP. Really? The shine of the stone is no longer polished and can only be achieved for long periods. Alright, search for such stones. So that's a hint that we should probably give that stone to the crows there. Whatever his face is. I forget it, the crow's name. I forget the crow's name in Dark Souls 1. Crowy the Crow. No, it was, what was his name? Damn it. I don't remember. Snuggly. That's right. Okay, so there's going to be another cutscene here and a little bit of conversation, so I'll shut the hell up and let's watch.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face.
Your face,
The
bitch.
face of the curse.
It's an undead.
I prefer the term living
An
impaired.
undead has come to play.
Yeah,
They
I
all
got
end
Monopoly.
up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow.
Thanks, Mom, for the boost of confidence there.
Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls.
Kind of like my wife.
This
But up,
is
bang.
the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
Here we go. Alright, so now we get to create our character. Alright. To try to recall your name. I'll just be unoriginal for my first character here. We'll go with Leducium. Yes, I'm sure. I was gonna go with Mr. Cattywampus, but
At least you know your own name.
actually I cheated. Made it up.
Here's your reward for sharing.
Did you bring enough
It's
for the
a
whole
human
class?
effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Alright, so we get to pick our class here. I don't know why it's turning so slowly. There we go. Let's move the stupid mouse out of the way. Alright, so we get to pick class and gift. Class, we can be a warrior. High strength, dexterity, skilled with weapons. That's interesting, because the dex is actually not terrible. A knight, who says knee, and we have 11. Traveling knight, high HP and adaptability. That's not bad either. Skilled swordsman, fights gracefully. I have no idea how two-handed combat works. But what I do want is, I think I want a dex build, because I've already played, well, Dark Souls 1 at least, with a strength build. Played as a sorcerer. I think I want to do something a little bit different here, and maybe do a dex build. Bandit, interesting. So high dex, high dexterity, skill with bows, fights with at various ranges. This might be what I should actually do, and I look kind of like someone out of Mad Max. Now, my first attempt at this was a cleric, but I didn't really like the cleric because, I don't know, I don't like the idea of starting off as a caster and having to figure out where the spells are and so on and so on. So I will probably come back and make a cleric character. I'll probably make a character out of all of these. Sorcerer. Explorer seems kind of crappy, because Explorer just gets a bunch of items, which I don't really care for, because I'll pick them up eventually. And Deprived could be fun, just because you start at such a low level. I think Bandit might be the way to go, because Bandit's got... Well, Swordsman's got really high dexterity. Bandit's got slightly higher endurance and stuff like that, I believe. Or, I don't know, whichever one of those gives HP. And I'm kind of intimidated by the idea of dual-wielding swords. So, not that I can't customize all of these things later on. And I get a bow to start off with, which is pretty neat. I don't get a shield, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll go with Bandit. Screw it. So, I have no idea which one of these does what. But I'm going with Petrified something, because it seems like an unknown, and I'll have to look this stuff up too. And I will look it up, because too bad. But that's what I'm going to do. Now, I spent a lot of time messing around with... we could be fat. With the character customization last time, so I'm not going to do too much this time. Be jacked. Face, let's do something funny. That guy looks so, like, I don't know, malnourished. Let's do random until we get something kind of hilarious. You can really customize your characters now. Like, some of these are just ridiculous. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I'll do random one more time. See if we can get something. No, that's just freaky. I can't do that. I'll have to random once more. Once more into the breach. Yeah, these are just getting really weird. You're undead, not inbred. Come on. This one's just like really upset. Sure. I have to adjust this a little. I can't do this. Hair. That's hilarious, but I'll adjust the hair. We'll adjust the hair color. Yeah, we'll be Targaryen. there with silver hair. And I need to adjust the face because that is just a little ridiculous. Where's the face? Skin color. Let's make for a normal color. Well, that's normal enough. That overall complexion. We could be completely like zombie-like or completely dark skin. It could be complete albino with the red eyes. Let's just do that. And then you can adjust a whole bunch of other colors. Alright, this looks fine. So we're not completely horrific. So then we finalize creation. That's good. Is this your true self? Sure.
All people come here for the same reason.
Free refills.
To break
obviously.
the curse.
Oh.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know.
Oh, am I not supposed to be laughing along?
Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom.
But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Thanks. You guys should do motivational seminars. That kind of attitude. Alright, I think that's it for that portion. And we get a whole bunch of crap because I pre-ordered the game. And I didn't really even look at this before, so I don't know if it's worthwhile. Eventually, I do want to look at some of this stuff. Life Gem, small stone made up of crystallized souls. Oh, cool. Gradually restore small amount of HP, all found near abandoned corpses, as if it were the remains of the soul. Oops. Looked at that. What's this? That's the petrified something. An unidentified petrified object. Pleasant to the touch despite its looks. A rare and peculiar thing to be certain, but one with a known purpose. Interesting if true. Then we get all these swords and shields because, again, I pre-ordered. I don't think they're that great. So my hand axe is 110 by default. This is slightly better. Maybe I'll use some of these. Black flamestone dagger. A dagger affixed with a black crystal found deep inside the gutter in the Black Gulch. Heavier than a standard dagger, but with a fine crystal that gives it a smoother slice. Some of the more determined souls exiled to the gutter sought to scale the walls, forsaken place, and walk the earth once again, but failed and wasted away, mired in misery and resentment. Interesting. A straight sword affixed with a yellow quartz. It's the yellow quartz longsword. This longsword was found in the Iron Keep. I'm assuming these are all locations I'll be visiting. Breaks easily due to corrosion, but is light and still inflicts very significant damage. In the old Iron King's Great Iron Keep was a vast collection of weapons erected as a display of strength to the world, but they were lost when the king conceit doomed the castle to sink into a lake of fire. Interesting. Bound hand axe, an axe with the unusual design. Found in the undead purgatory, the chains and spikes wrapped around the axe cause bleeding, but weaken the axe's effectiveness when slashing. Accessories that are added to a weapon for the sole purpose of tormenting foes can often detract from the weapon's natural effectiveness. And last but not least, a homunculus mace, which is a pole with lumps attached to it, found in the manor of Aldea. Heavier than a standard mace, but with more effective striking owing to its hard lumps. School of Hard Lumps in the far eastern outskirts of Greg Click. lies in the old manor that is now long forgotten. It should be for the things that lurk there are better left unknown. That's interesting. Short bow. Type of small bow used by hunters in training. Equip any two types of arrow to give yourself immediate options in battle. Alright, so I can't wait to use the bow. Transgressor staff. A staff and wraith in the matte blackness found in the heart of the dark chasm. Catalyst for sorcerers and hexes. Oh cool, so if I was playing sorcerer, I'd have a catalyst to start off with, in addition to the regular one. No one knows what lies beyond the dark passage from across Draglake, but perhaps they are better left undisturbed. And we have shields. Let's just take a quick look. A shield unwreathed in the matte blackness found in the heart of the dark chasm. No one knows what lies beyond the dark passage from across the empire. It's the same as the weapon. Whoops. What about this? A black crystal found deep inside the gutter. So the more determined souls exiled in the gutter set to scale the walls. So that's the same thing. Same thing. Same thing. And same thing. Cool. And then we have new armor and all that stuff. Helmet of bandits of the Forosan outskirts. The territory of Forosa became lawless after the kingdom fell to war. Citizens became bandits and scattered to the other lands. It's good to know. Same thing for all the armor. That's our starting armor anyways. Alright, so now that we've read absolutely everything and have learned absolutely nothing about the lore, let's go up here because I know there's an item. I have explored here before. Pick up item. Human effigy ×1, which is awesome. So there I can attack. I'm tempted to switch out my weapon, because why not, right? This is actually worse. Weighs more, and I don't have the strength to wield it. I don't have the strength to wield most of these, so it doesn't matter. Alright, we'll stick with the axe then. There's a bit of conversation here with these fine looking ladies. So let's talk
This is a limbo. A fair traveller. I know that you must have a story. Why else would you visit such a place? This lost, decayed kingdom. My name is Millibeth.
Millibeth.
The old women were once fire keepers.
There it is.
I am here to look after them. It is what my mother did, and her mother before her, and so on.
I like the fire keepers in Dark Souls 1 where they didn't talk as much, but
The old women were keepers of the fire,
that's just me.
but now the fire shows signs of fading, and the kingdom is beset by hollows.
We are robot. We destroy.
The old women are sisters. I am told there was a fourth.
It's probably the one in the intro movie.
Long ago, fire keepers were commonplace. But now they are lost, scattered to the winds. The old women are but now they...
Okay, so that's it for her conversation. Interestingly enough, so I don't think these are the fire keepers from Dark Souls 1, because one of them was a half spider lady, Quaylana, I believe, Quay something, and the fair lady, I think was her name. So I don't think they're them. One of them didn't have a tongue until we resurrected her and stuff. So, anyways, I think these are different fire keepers. Alright, so she doesn't have much to tell me.
You must go on a journey without rest.
Why? I can rest. Screw
Well,
you.
I suppose if you find yourself at an impasse. But if your will is yet unbroken, then you may return here to start again. with a clean slate. Now, go along, go along.
Alright. They sure do LOL a lot. I'm tempted to go fight those dogs. Actually, so here's our first bonfire. Let's go ahead and light that. I did not fight those dogs last time. There's an item here. And you can destroy environmental tools. So that's kind of cool. Another thing I know about this game is there are torches. I have no idea how they work. I know I could light one at a bonfire, but that's about it. I'm going to use the equipment. Screw it. This equipment. So I'm going to use one of these shields if I can. I don't know which one's best. Where's my physical defense? I think that's the top one. 75, 85. 90, can't use 85. I don't know what the difference is, so we'll just use that. How do I'm like an automatic block stance. How do I turn that off? Is that a thing? Auto lock on. Automatically acquire new target when it's... No. We want to turn that off. Auto target. No. I want to turn that off. Cinematic effects on. Camera auto adjust. Sure. Voice chat. Jump controls. Yes. I can turn it to B, which is better for me. I'm still... Why am I still auto blocking? No! Damn it. Alright, screw it. I didn't want to use that thing, but I ended up using it. Just pressing too many buttons. Okay, I don't think I can take on the hippo monster because I've tried. But I think I can take on the dogs. I haven't tried. Oh shit, there are a lot of puppies! Luckily there's a bonfire. Alright, maybe I do want... I'm trying to make this similar to Dark Souls 1. Auto... Yes. So whenever a target dies, that's the way it was set in Dark Souls 1, I believe. So that's the way I'm going to set it up here. Okay, I don't think I can destroy that. Anything? Anything? Bueller? Bueller? That's where I started. And then there were dogs here. And I was hoping there'd be some awesome items, but maybe not. Can I roll through anything? No. Probably not. I want to turn off the stupid auto shield. Don't know how. I believe my weapon degradation can be seen below the weapon itself there, the little red bar. I believe that's what that is. And it kind of fixes itself. Excuse me, when I rest at a bonfire, so that's kind of nice. So I don't have to worry about repairing weapons all the time. They do seem to degrade faster than in Dark Souls 1. The other cool thing is I don't have to worry about a bottomless box. It seems like I start off with one right away. Key bindings. No. Walk, run, no. No. Switch spells, no. Oops. Okay. M. No. Damn it. M. Maybe this is what that is. There we go. I want that to be off automatically. Like, I want to have to block myself. I don't want it to auto-block for me. Alright. So, I am going to put a break in this video. When we come back, we're going to do the tutorial section of the game, which is these fog walls here. And then we'll talk about what the hell else we're doing. So, anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this first intro video. If you did, please leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, my name is Aducium, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you folks next time. Later.